Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Time for Monday Night Live. Can talk about all sorts of stuff, fermenting and homesteading and gardening and whatever the heck else comes up. So, hello, Linda. Beautiful warm spring day in Western Kentucky. We had a pretty nice day today, too. We got our piglet fence finished, and we got 9 of our 10 piglets moved. The last one, just a stubborn little jerk. He caught on quick and he was not coming anywhere close to us. So we're going to have to try again tomorrow or someday soon. You see, Sheila, wow, that week went fast. It sure did. Every week goes fast for me these days. Doreen, how's the cat prevention going? I think it's going okay. Either the cats or the chickens poked a hole in one, but it doesn't seem to be getting any worse. So I'm leaving it for now because I don't want to deal with another one. DH, hello. Tiffany, hello, sister. Tara, hello. And living an eclectic life, hello. Deborah, mom, irregardless. You made it, yay. Let me see. Cheryl B from Anacortes, and Robin from Northern Michigan. Broadway Garden from Florida. In case you're wondering, I switched back to a chair, so apparently I'm going to start yawning again. Maybe I'm not really here. April Fool's. Oh, it is April Fool's, isn't it? Let me see. Debbie from Mid Michigan. Cheryl, hello. Connie, Craft Making Mama. JD, no ball tonight. Nope. I switched. It was irritating me. So I'll probably switch back. But for the last couple days, I've been using this thing. Southwest Missouri is getting interesting weather. Yeah, we're scheduled to get a pretty gnarly storm tonight. We have a tornado warning of like 3, I think. It's like on a scale of 1 to 5. We're supposed to get hit pretty hard around 10, a little after 10 o'clock. Yeah, wind threat 3, tornado threat 3, and hail threat 2. Let me see. Chicago, Valerie, Letha from Stockton, Missouri. I think that's kind of close to me. I'm not overly familiar with a lot about Missouri cities, but I've seen it on the map. I see. From Lebanon, I know that's close to me. Under tornado watch right now. Me too. I see Peggy Ryan. Good evening to you as well. Maryland, Stockton is about an hour north of Springfield. Okay, yeah, I thought that might have been where it was. I'm gonna try sitting differently in my chair. See if that helps with the yawning. You guys like my shirt? Go this way. Booch. Let me see. Hope your weather stays calm and peaceful. So do I. Inquisitive farm wife, what's up, girl? Calico Rock, Arkansas. There's all kinds of people from Missouri and Arkansas, I see. Got my coffee. Also got some kombucha. Tomorrow's video is finally my how-to kombucha video. I just finished editing it. I got to work on my thumbnail. Another reason not to use this chair. It just keeps going. I did not get the 30-minute notice because I didn't post it before 30 minutes. I forgot. So I just posted it like, I don't know, 7:10 or 10 or something like that. You see, been raining off and on for 2.5 days here. That must be nice in Tucson. I never get a notification about your live stream, but glad I spotted it tonight. Me too. Mississippi's in the house. My daughters are going, is that live now? Yes, it is. Hello, daughters. Yeah, so just kind of hanging out. I've been insanely busy. There's a chance I might miss a video or two over the next 2 weeks. I have a lot going on. I'm trying real hard, but life is catching up. Because I got to get a week ahead on videos because this coming Sunday and Monday, I have a festival that I'm selling at the Baker Creek. And then 3 days later, I leave for Alabama and I'm gone for several days. So It's very, very busy. I never get notifications about your live streams. Do you have the bell rung? Ding. Busy week here trying to beat the storms. I've picked some of all the wild edibles in their prime right now, and I'm fermenting them for my fermented green powder. I use it like table salt. I bet that's delicious. People don't realize how much flavor fermented foods has. Like, it's got like major umami to it, so it's such a good like flavoring salt. It's so tasty. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Are you coming to the Keepers of the Old Ways again in Dothan? Yes, I am. I will be there. Wish you lived close enough to go and meet you, definitely. But I'm not doing a lot of traveling this year. I have one trip planned to Keepers of the Old Ways. That's my only planned travel. Hello, Heather. The kitties left the Cabbage Patch alone. Kind of. I haven't been out there a whole lot because I've been so busy. It's like tax season, and I got to get caught up on videos and festivals and all kinds of stuff. So I haven't been outside a whole lot. Let's see. We just got an emergency alert to take shelter. Baseball size hail. Ooh, no good. Anyone else on here listen to Ryan Hall? Y'all, Ryan Hall live doing weather at the same time. I don't. I would. My husband's listening to it. He said that it's likely that the first wave of the storm might pass us over. So we'll see. Need to do taxes too. Yeah, it sucks. I have a lot of receipts from all of the market stuff I've been doing and like purchasing equipment and ingredients and all of that kind of stuff. Like, or like probably like $7,000 worth of like individual grocery receipts. Like, it's fun. It's not. And all the travel that I did last year, adding all that up and like realizing how many receipts that I missed. Oh my gosh. I'm like just throwing money away, skipping receipts. Ryan is on my computer and you're on my phone. Stay safe. Crazy weather. Yep. Are you going to Lawrence, Kansas for a preparedness thingy? No, I have no plans on traveling anywhere. I burnt myself out last year traveling. I neglected my garden. I neglected the channel, and I don't have plans to travel. I'm just doing local stuff aside from Keepers of the Old Ways. And I'm doing that because I committed to it last year. So I want to make sure I'm keeping my word and I'm going. But other than that, no plans to travel anywhere. Something else, if something comes up and it seems beneficial to me and something I want to do, then cool. But how's the armadillo battle going? I haven't seen any armadillos this year. And I also haven't really seen any evidence of them this year. So maybe last year's hunting was effective. We'll see. Will you be at the Ozark Homesteaders Conference? Yes, I will definitely be at that one. I will be selling at that one for sure. I'm watching Ryan Hall tornado in the St. Charles, St. Louis area earlier. Ooh, that is freaky. I started fermenting some more eggs and more kombucha. I did kombucha the other day. I still haven't done like my personal stash of kombucha, but I have like 12 cases of kombucha just sitting there in my living room doing their second ferment, waiting for my labels to show up so I can pop them in the fridge. I just started fermenting some more. Oh, I read that one. Did I miss one? I got my first SCOBY. I'm so excited. Yay. I took my little bit to the vet today, got shots, and she is in heat. Fun last 3 days. Oh, yowling. The yowling is awful. Get it fixed on Thursday. That's good. We decided not to fix our female yet. We're going to let her have one litter of kittens just because cats don't always last a long time around these parts. We got a lot of predators. So we're going to go ahead and let her have a batch, and then we'll kind of see how many she has and go from there. You're able to get an incubator that is dishwasher safe. No, I haven't. Nobody gave me any tips on the video, and I haven't gone looking around, so I have not gotten one yet. I want to make booch, but I haven't taken the plunge yet. Hopefully soon. You can do it. Watch tomorrow's video. It is a detailed, in-depth how-to kombucha video. Please don't what? I pickled eggs today after watching Meg Holler's video. Awesome. I love pickled eggs. I'm told that they're not completely safe being shelf stable. And I think that's also the opinion of the National Center for Home Food Preservation, if I'm not wrong. And I just don't have refrigerator space, so I don't really do it. I've got eggs fermenting. Hubs likes them. Awesome. Mine doesn't really like fermented stuff unless it's spicy. There are many barn cats that need home. There are many barn cats that need home. I'm not sure what you mean. When is the Ozark Convention preparedness thingy? I don't know what to call those things. I don't know. Well, there's the Ozark Homesteading Expo, and that is, I think it's the first Friday and Saturday of September. It might be the second. It's the beginning of September. Just look up, it's Ozark Homesteading Expo.com, I think. And that's got all the info. My sister's planning on coming for that as well. So anybody wants to meet her, you can come to that. Mine are in the fridge. Hey, looking forward to tomorrow's video. Me too. My pickled eggs haven't lasted very long. I keep snacking on them early. Enough stratums in my backyard to populate the town. I don't know what a stratums is. I don't know what that is. Let me see. From Wisconsin. Hello, Jeannie. If you're talking about like the barn cats, like we should like get them. There's no animal services in our area. Like they don't exist. So you can't really just go and be like, I want a barn cat. I'm going to go to the pound. They don't exist. Like I'm sure you could find some somewhere, but like, it's just not really a thing around here. They just, if you don't take care of them, they just go into the woods and either survive or die. Like that's just kind of what they do. There's a lot of strays in the area. We've adopted a couple of them, but I don't know what else to say about that. No bouncy chair tonight. I like when you bounce. No, it was starting to, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I just decided I wanted to lounge in my chair for a couple of days. So I switched back. Allow me to butt in. Adopt cats, spay yours. Please don't breed, but don't put it in the fridge. The Modern Homesteading Conference in Idaho is on June 28th and 9th. Sounds like it would be a great gathering. I was hoping you would be there. I am not going to Idaho. That is so far away. No way. That's not happening. I'm sorry. Sounds like a really great event. I'm glad. Of course, they started it the year after I left because there wasn't anything like that where I was when I was there. But yeah, definitely not going to that. Anything short of a paid trip, it's not happening. I love the pickled eggs recipes. Yep, made my first homemade coffee creamer today. That's good. Nice. Yes, the country. Yes, in the country where don't have animal services, strays can be a problem. Yep, I can see you and your sister both. Exactly. You can meet us both. That is the plan, at least for now, right, Tiffany? I don't think she's gotten the tickets just yet, but that is the planned time frame for her to come. She was originally going to come for HOA, and then we were just both like, we don't want to spend like 4 days of her trip here driving because it's 2 days. It's a 2-day trip each way. So we're just like, no, we're not going to go. I'd love to meet you both. Then come to the Ozark Homesteading Expo. No plane tickets yet, but yes, awesome. I'm so excited, y'all. Seriously, so stoked. And she gets to come and we'll film videos and go play in the garden and do all kinds of fun stuff. I'm pumped. I'm very pumped. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot going on around here the last couple of days. Well, I mean, nothing like film worthy. We did the pig pen. We got all the pigs moved over, so that's good. And we got 2 new pigs. We traded with one of Robert's coworkers, so now we have 2 basically full-blooded Mangalitsa's, and then so we're going to keep those 2 and 2 of ours, and then we're planning on selling the rest. We're getting rid of our breeding program. We're going to sell the boar. The 2 pigs, the 2 mamas that we have lined up, they're going to be sent off to the butcher coming up here very soon. And then it's basically just because of the feed cost. it's just astronomical, and it's not something that we can afford in our budget. We're like scrapping and scrounging every month. Like, we're just like, this is just not worth it. So we might pick it up again someday, but for now, it's just organic pig feed is astronomical, and it's not worth raising if it's not going to be organic. For me personally, I would rather not do. I would rather just not do it. So, yeah. Do you make your own mayonnaise? When I need it, yes, but I don't use mayonnaise a lot, so I don't make it very often. That will be miles and miles of travel. Yep. That's why I'm not going to Idaho, too. Hello from Virginia, making lots of kombucha this week. Scobies galore, blood orange, and blueberry ginger. That sounds tasty. I fix all my critters. My friends and I have trapped many ferals and got them fixed for free. Catch and release. Cool. Do the armadillos bother your cabbage? Not so far that I can tell. Have you ever fermented red grapes? I do them in a brine. I haven't. I haven't tried those. My dad retired from Air Force to be a hog farmer. I would like to. See, the problem is, okay, we don't have the correct infrastructure for it. And so it's very frustrating. We don't have the means to give them adequate amounts of carbon. So it stinks to high heaven, and the feed costs are just astronomical. And so we just decided we're just going to set aside a few of the pigs. We're going to use them. We're going to train them to hot wire so we can run them all around our property and get the stuff that is currently just brush into hopefully into productive pasture. And then when we're ready, we will get a cow. So that's our current plan. A lot of small farmers are selling off animals or butchering because of feed costs. The cost is insane. Yeah, try feeding organic hog feed. That's like triple the price of regular feed. It's nuts. Really want to make kombucha. I'm going to give it a shot. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. God, the Son, Jesus Christ saves. Hello to you as well. We're just chit-chatting all kinds of stuff, expos and fermentation and pigs and you name it. We made that pig decision also raising 2 feeders I found this spring for butcher this fall. No breeding, no wintering over. Exactly. Trying to keep those waters thawed in the winter. Yeah. So we'll end up like probably continuing to do feeders. We're just not going to do breeders. And we'll just do feeders when we want to. I want pigs. I tried it, but couldn't do it with no infrastructure. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend anybody get hogs without infrastructure. I mean, you can make it work with ducks and with chickens, but like if you don't have infrastructure strong enough to hold in pigs, you're screwed. And if you don't have the budget to keep up with the feed that is going to be 5 times what you expect it to be, don't do pigs. Even organic chicken feed is stupid expensive. It is, but like we don't have enough chickens. Like we buy like one bag. We buy 1 bag of chicken feed for every 5 bags of hog feed. I think it's actually 6. So like there's a massive disparity there. Like we can keep up with the cost of chicken feed just fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah. Something you'll like, free range hogs will eat every snake they come across. I do like that. I definitely like that. It was $42 for 35 pounds of organic chicken feed here. For us, I want to say it's like $29 for 50 pounds. So we get a lot better deal, but it's still like not something, it's not something that we can afford currently, but maybe someday. I mean, we are planning for someday, like when we get rid of our pigs that are up there, like we built a new one. It's reinforced, it's cattle panels, chicken wire, like it's very, very well built. Like we don't have to worry about them pushing up on the fences or any of that kind of stuff, especially because we're going to start training them on hot wire very soon. But we're going to take apart the original ones that came with the house and rebuild them so that they are more sound. Like we'll put up the hog panels and just make it very reinforced so that we don't have to be as concerned. And we'll build it so that it's got equipment access so that we can go in there with a truck and drop off like massive loads of carbon because they need a lot of carbon. So Anywhoser, a friend is giving us his old laying hens this coming Thursday. 2 dozen 2-year-olds in full production. Awesome. You got at least another year out of them before they start to drop off. So may as well if they're free. So proud of you guys for cutting costs on the farm when it makes sense for you and your family. Don't suffer for animals you don't have to have. Absolutely. We tried, and like it's kind of like more of a thing that Robert really wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to do it, but like that was like his thing. So I think that's probably why we stretched it out so long, because like I was the main one taking care of them, and like that was his thing. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to take away something that he enjoyed. But finally I was just like, I really don't think we can afford this. And he's like, yeah, I really don't think we can either. So we just kind of made the call. Hubby used to raise them years ago. We had almost 200. Can you imagine what the feed bill would look like today? No, I certainly cannot. When the farm isn't serving you, make a change. Can be hard, but so needed. Yeah, we're kind of at that point right now. We're not kind of, we are at that point, because it's like it cuts us off. Like we have, you're paying like $800 a month to feed pigs. It takes, like it's too much, and you don't have the finances to be able to do all of the other things on the homestead that you want to do, or be able to pay down debt, or whatever you want to do with the extra money. It's not worth it. I'd rather have a cow in the end anyways. Cows are a heck of a lot cheaper. Hay is a lot cheaper, and they eat so much less. But you do have to make sure you have good infrastructure. So that's kind of our next thing, is making sure we do. Did the video just start over? Not that I know of. You can just hit the live button. But if you're not watching live, you won't hear that. Our last ones lasted 6 years. Interesting. I had room for chickens, small townhouse, tiny yard, and HOA city limits. House paid for, so here I stay, 65 and counting. If it works for you, that's awesome. Would you please explain what you mean about pigs needing so much carbon? Carbon, I don't understand. In what form, and what does it do, please? Well, the chicken poop is like very heavily nitrogen rich. And so if you don't add enough carbon in the form of dead plant matter, whether that be like straw, wood chips, decomposing leaves, stuff like that, you have to add a massive amount of carbon to mix into the nitrogen so that it breaks down and composts properly. It makes it so that the pigs will not get diseases as much, and it makes it so that it doesn't stink. You have to add in, like for us, it's wood chips. And so you have to add in massive amounts of wood chips to be able to absorb that amount of nitrogen to make it compost properly and not be funky. Just pull along till current time. Sometimes happens after adverts. Got 2 big tomatoes out of the vine this week. It's in a greenhouse, of course. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you got in the tomatoes. Love that you were so big on having a farm that brings us joy and not be obligated to things that stress us out. Exactly. Pigs, you were saying the pigs need it. Just said that. It was just after the commercial. Yup. Sawdust, used hay, etc. Yep. All of those apply. Something that's just dead plant matter that you can just throw in there and cover the ground, and they'll kind of dig it in. They'll till it up, and it'll all kind of mix together, and it just helps it not reek. It's so stanky. Still stinky. We try to keep up with it, but like it's hard to keep up with that when you don't have the carbon and when you don't have the equipment to bring it in there, take it out. So we're literally just going to take it all apart. We're going to take apart all the fencing, the T-posts, the railroad ties that were in there, and we're just going to rebuild it from the ground up. We'll probably get hog panels, because we want to make sure that it's something that is like permanent. And we might even end up turning that area into like a landing area for cows, because like cows is going to be kind of more what we're going to move towards, because they have byproducts that you can sell in the form of milk, and probably like 90% of what I eat is cows, so is beef. So it makes sense to get cows instead of pigs. Forgot it's Monday. Well, you're here now, Becky. My strawberries in my 2 green stalks are loving all the cold colder rain and sprouting out like crazy. Awesome. I had a friend who gave me like a whole flat of strawberries last year, and I didn't get a single dang one of them in the ground, which is another reason why I'm not traveling this year. I want to get strawberries, and I want to plant stuff, and I want to garden and get stuff in the ground, you know? So I just don't have the ability to focus on all of it. Dexter cows are a little smaller. I don't care about the size of them. I just want to make sure I'm getting ones that are good meat cows and ones that are produce A2 milk. Just because, that's what I want. Started our first kombucha, added live shop bought to the black tea kombucha. Do we need Started our first kombucha, added live shop bought to the black tea kombucha. I'm going to have you explain that one a little more there, Mia Rosie. I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm selling all my cows as we speak. PB, Dexter, and Jersey and Belfair. Why are you selling them all? We have sheep and chickens and ducks. Want to improve the feed efficiency. We really enjoy raising meat birds last year. We love chickens and chicken stock. See, that's why I grew so many chickens. It turns out I don't like chicken. I just like chicken broth. So when we raised 100 meat birds when we first moved here, and we still have probably half of them. I just don't like chicken. I don't. It's a waste of time other than chicken broth. Like, I will eat chicken broth or drink chicken broth till the cows come home. But like, I just don't like chickens. I don't like chicken. I like eggs, but I just don't like eating chicken. I don't like it. My husband can do stuff to it, but it's all stuff that like I can't have, like breading it and frying it. And it's really good when he does it, but like I can't have that. So nope. Mine are tested A2, and everything. Too funny. Oh my gosh. You're so lucky. Why are you selling them? Guernsey or Jersey cows? I've heard those two are A2. I was cutting pineapples for tapache and pineapple sauce. Yummy. I planted 125 strawberries last year. I got over 250 plants this year. Score. I'm old and sick and can't care for the large livestock as I should. That's a good choice then. Fermenting helps cut down on feed costs. It sure does. We go Freedom Ranger meat birds. Yeah, we did Cornish cross. I tried Freedom Rangers, but they weren't my thing. They just took too long to grow out. I love chicken stock the most too. It's so good. Speaking of chicken, I can't find feet anywhere, and the birds argue about giving their feet to me. Right? Chicken sausage. I don't like chicken. It's all just dry and tasteless. I just don't like it. I mean, we started black tea kombucha. I bought a bottle of live kombucha and added it to ours as the starter. The SCOBY is floating nicely. Should we stir? You can. There's no reason you have to. I'm assuming you stirred it when you first made it, right? If you, I mean, once it's fermenting, I try to leave it alone. Until it's done, there's no reason to touch it. It's just extra possibilities of it getting contaminated. So I would advise you to just leave it alone. Likely nothing will happen if you stir it, but that's when things do go wrong. Where can I find a SCOBY for starting kombucha? On Etsy. I get everything on Etsy. Yes, stirred when first dissolved the sugar. But then when you add it in, okay, I feel like I finally got it. So you made the sweet tea and you just added a jar to it, and then the SCOBY grew. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so that just means it is on its way to becoming kombucha. You don't need to do anything to it until you're ready to do the second ferment and ready to turn the batch over. Tomorrow's video, I'm not sure if you were in here when I was talking about it, but tomorrow's video is a very detailed how-to kombucha video. So stay tuned for that one. Dark meat chicken wrapped in bacon is good. The dark meat is the only stuff I like. And it's the only stuff I really care to tolerate. I don't actually like it, but I just like beef. I like beef. I like sausage and bacon, ribeyes. Oh my gosh, I could eat a ribeye every single day and be just fine. But touched my SCOBY and it sank. I was sad. Is it okay? Oh yeah, that's fine. It's just going to grow a new one on top. there's nothing wrong with it. It just happens. It'll probably start floating again. Planning on raising American breezy chickens. I get them in 2 weeks. Nice. I think isn't that the kind that Living Traditions Homestead has been doing recently? I think they've been talking about that. Like they're a good multi-purpose bird, eggs, meat, and eggs. So I think that's a good one. I got 60 bare root, ever bearing, going New Hope. I hope I get more at the end of the year, but Arizona is kind of hot for strawberries. Yep. No, made the sweet tea, bought one, then added SCOBY, stirred before adding the SCOBY. Okay. I mean, if it's stirred, there's no reason to stir it unless it's done. And even then, you don't have to stir it. You just turn it over the batch. Eat what you like when you can. Exactly. I haven't had a ribeye in a long time, though. Those freaking pigs. They're taking all my ribeye money. Although that is a good point, though. Once we do have them butchered, I could maybe go get a pack of ribeyes. I just been eating ground beef and sausage, and either ground beef or ground sausage, and I just fry it up in a bowl, and I get like a half a pound of that, and then I top it with like 4 to 6 eggs, and then like that's my food for the day. Oh, no, a giant pile of sauerkraut. That's basically what I eat for the day lately. I've been feeling really good though, so I'm gonna keep it up. With you, Anna, I don't much like chicken meat, but I love the broth. Eat soup almost daily. I almost never eat soup. I like it. I enjoy it. I like the idea of it, but it's like I just never think about it. And I'm pretty much just eating meat. So unless I'm having like an egg drop soup, it's kind of hard to have soup. Cornish cross, not crush. I've started making vinegars and ferments. I'm feeling so much better. Love it. Do you eat only one meal? Most of the times, like I make up a meal, and lately I haven't like finished the meal. And then if I get hungry later in the day, then I'll just finish it. But for the most part, I just naturally eat one meal a day. I'm not tied to it. I don't hold myself to it. It's just I'll eat when I get hungry in the morning, and then I'll eat again if I get hungry again. Like that's about it. I love Living Traditions. Me too. They're pretty cool. We grind up goat every season, makes great burger. Yeah, but then it's a goat burger. I don't like goat. I don't like goat or sheep. Ugh. It tastes like a freaking toenail. Can you eat veggies? I mean, I can. I won't die, but like, it's not pleasant. I just feel so much better when I don't have veggies, unless they're fermented. I eat a lot of fermented stuff. Like I like probably a cup of sauerkraut with my meal, but I've just found, and I just enjoy feeling good. And so lately I've been doing things that make me feel good. I've done some experimenting with stuff. Like last night I went to a birthday party and they had, it was almost like a charcuterie board, like just tons of stuff that was just spread out. And most of it was keto friendly. It was like cucumbers and like sweet peppers and cheeses and guacamole, stuff like that. And I had basically my dinner off of that, and it tasted great. It was all keto friendly, but afterwards, like I didn't feel awful, but I didn't feel as good as I would otherwise. So just like, veggies just not for me. Are you losing weight? Probably, but I have decided I've hid my scale, and that's not why I'm doing it. So I probably have, like, my clothes are fitting looser and I'm looking a lot better, but I'm just letting it be. So I'm not talking about it on my channel. I'm just just kind of something I'm doing for myself, and I'm just, if what happens. If I feel good, then that's all I really care about. What is Living Traditions? Living Traditions Homestead is a pretty popular YouTube channel. So you can just type them in. They're local to where I'm at. And they just have a lot of good information. Their videos are, they're very, what do you want to say? They research stuff that they do, and they do it. How do you want to say it? They don't put out experimentation videos. like I tend to just like bring people along and like let's see what the heck happens. But they do things for a long time and then they share what they do so that like people know right off the bat like this has worked really well for us. And you know they're very meticulous, not like in an annoying way, but like in a like this is what we've been doing and we're going to share it with you because we know it's worked well. Like, does that make sense? Great, just awesome, great people. They're really cool people. Sad we do not eat more goat here. When I go to Barbados, I enjoy loads of goat dishes. I'm just not a goat person, and no. I get people every once in a while ask me, "Are you getting goats? Are you getting goats? Like, why don't you get goats? They can blah blah blah." I was like, "No, I don't want goats. They're awful. They taste like dirty feet, and like they are a pain in the butt. I don't want it. No, thank you. I do not like goat or very good people lamb. What's a people lamb? I don't know what a people lamb is. Is it keto you eat or straight protein? Just being nosy. I eat what I call carnivore-ish or keto-ish. It is like predominantly meat based, like 98% with just a giant pile of sauerkraut on top. It's just a bowl of meat with eggs and sauerkraut. And then if a keto friendly vegetable is there and it looks good and I feel like having it, I will. But so far since I've started kind of doing this, it's been like twice. It's like, I don't know. You'll figure why I'm growing such a large garden for who knows. I don't know. It's just because I'm weird. We ate tremendous amount of barbecue goat in Afghanistan when I was over there. Meat is meat. Cool. I like wood shavings for bedding. Me too, but it's expensive when you're doing it for pigs. Kevin and Sarah are lovely people. Yes, they are. Waddlesville. Yeah, that was a cute name. I love Kevin and Sarah Living Traditions. I have followed them for a very long time. Me too. Like since they first moved to Missouri. I've been watching them since they were a very small channel. I'm going to try and get my red and green sauerkraut started tonight. I've got to get up early for work, so maybe tomorrow. Hey, it is quick to make sauerkraut, so that is one nice thing. Like you don't have to sit there and wait for the pressure canner to go for like 75 minutes. Like you can just make it and set it aside. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to chop up the vegetables. Well, I guess you have to let it set for a while once you put this salt on. But other than that, so when was the last time you ate dirty feet? I don't know. It depends on what your definition of dirty feet is. I had chicken broth made with chicken feet recently, but it didn't taste like dirty feet, and it's just a metaphor. I've never eaten a dirty foot. Let's see. We had a goat as a kid. I said never again at the age of 8. Yep. I've had it several times. Like I've tried, people say, well, oh, if you butcher it at the right time, it's going to be good. And, it's not that bad if you do this and that. And I was like, no, it's always just, it tastes like goat. Ugh. I eat good food and I don't overeat. I don't plan to lose weight just to make my doctor more comfortable. Cool. I'm sorry, just jumping in. Hello from Missouri. Well, hello from Missouri as well. I see Kevin and Sarah at the Ozark Homestead Expo. Yep, they are planned to be there. My pressure canner is going for 90 minutes right now while I'm making kombucha. You are being productive today, girl. I'm doing more meat protein and ferments. My appetite has dropped in half and I'm just not hungry anymore. That's what happened to me too. As soon as I cut out the carbs, I was like, give it like a week. After a week, like I just eat. If I was hungry, I ate. And if I wasn't, I stopped. And yeah, it's just been nice. I just feel regulated. It's good. I think it was because like I started eating a lot of fermented foods. And then because I ferment a lot, but like I don't necessarily always consume a tremendous amount of it. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna start. So I just started putting like a cup of it with my meals and didn't do anything else. And then I kind of just lost my appetite for other stuff. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna do this. And then I've been doing it and just feeling great. So Do you think their old place sold? It looks like it's still listed. I have no idea. I've never looked into it. I have no clue. Have you tried turkey instead? I have a turkey in my freezer, but I mean, I would like to raise my own turkeys, but they're buying organic, good turkey in the store is very expensive, so I don't want to do it. Their place is still for sale. I'm surprised by that. I thought they would have been able to sell it quicker. I hear peacock is good. Never tried it yet. Me either. My sister has just watched you on YouTube. Never normally watches it at all. Started her first sauerkraut on Friday. I sent her a mason top kit and a lid, and she's never done anything like this. Oh, I'm so excited for her. That's so cool. How is your weather out there? Michigan had rain, then it started to snow. We're under a tornado warning right now. Not like an active one, but it's not promising to be good weather starting at, still looks like a little bit after 10. So got a couple more hours to wrap stuff up before I have to unplug my computer. Kevin and Sarah do their research. I love that too. Exactly. Like they're just they cover very similar topics, but very different style. Like for me, I'm all about like, let's see what happens. Like, let's just do this and, F around and find out what happens, like that's kind of my style. And theirs is more like researched and they just, I don't know. They maybe have more patience than I do. I'm growing cabbage for the first time this year, mainly to try sauerkraut. Love it. Soup makes chicken nice. That is mostly true. It's not as dry when it's in soup. I don't think I could ever try peacock. Of course, I did friendly breakdown at breakdown and eat their eggs last year. I'm not necessarily attached to any particular animal. Like if it's edible and it's not revolting, like a rat or possum, I'll probably try it. I'd try alligator. I'd try snake. As long as I don't have to cook it, I'd try it. The farm sold and the new people have it back in the market. Oh, I gotcha. That makes sense. Have you tried duck? I haven't. I haven't, but want to try. I bought ducks intending for them to be meat birds, but we never butchered them. And so now we just have their eggs. I'm going to give a couple away to a friend who has alpha-gal, and ducks are very expensive. And I was like, well, I don't really want these. So do you want these? We have so many drakes. Our I don't know what you call a female duck, if it's just a duck, but they are haggard looking right now. It is breeding season, and we got some randy drakes. We have like a 1-to-1 ratio of female to male ducks, and we had to isolate a couple of them because they were looking bad. It is bad. So I'm like, I need to get rid of several of these drakes, whether they go in my belly or they go in somebody else's freezer. I don't care. I just need to get rid of them. I was watching Ryan Hall, y'all live. Yep, definitely. Well, thank you, living eclectic life. How's it going? It's going great. We're just chilling. I think it's a hen. That's what I wanted to say, but I wasn't too sure. Shouldn't you take shelter in a tornado warning, or do you mean tornado watch? Yeah, tornado watch is a better word. Watch means conditions are right for one, but none are cited. Warning means one and cited. Yeah, and it's not supposed to, like, the storm is supposed to start at like 10. So I guess a tornado watch would be a better word. That is true. But we don't get warnings where we're at. We're too remote. So we just kind of have to be like, does it sound really loud? Sound like a freight train? Maybe we should go outside. Maybe we should go in there. We haven't had to go into our shelter yet. But yeah, we're okay. We raise Pekin ducks. Yep, we have jumbo Pekin ducks. I was going to tell you to get off the computer and hide. Oh no, if we had like a warning, I would totally bail on you guys. I'm sorry. But I would just like close the computer, unplug it, and book it out there. But yeah, as soon as I'm off here, I'll get our bug. We have a little bag that I like to, like a little bug out bag. Whenever we're under a tornado watch, I just keep it by the door, and that way, we have some dry clothes and some board, like some little card games and stuff, just to kind of keep us busy. The weather is supposed to start at 2 or 3 in the morning. Ugh, exactly. I'm glad you have a shelter. Me too. I would be a lot more anxious if I didn't have one. A lot more anxious. Hello from snowy in April. I know everybody lives everywhere, but I will never understand why people live in a place where it snows in April. Even like the end of April. There's places where there's snow at the end of April. And I'm just like, how do you live like that? I don't know. Ryan Hall sells weather radios. I got one because I'm far out into the country. That's not a bad idea. I'm going to text that to my husband because that's a really good idea. Because I will not remember in 15 minutes. It spelled corrected me to raisin. I don't want to get a weather raisin. What good is a weather raisin? Nebraska is close to Missouri, and western Nebraska had snow today. Oh my gosh. We got snow coming Thursday and Friday in western New York. Oh my gosh, you poor people. Last freeze date here is May 19th. Mine is like the second week of April, so we're really close. And last year, the last snow was actually the end of March. But I mean, I'm not gonna like just plant it because it's the last frost date, because like I'm still a little bit apprehensive about that. But I feel like next year, if we have the same experience, I will feel much more confident planting in the beginning of April. I mean, I'm not gonna plant my tomatoes or my peppers, but like I can put some stuff in the ground that I would normally wait on. In Montana, we had snow in July. Oh my gosh. My last freeze date is the last weekend of May. Oh, we almost got snow. We almost always get snow in May. Oh my gosh. How do y'all do it? How? The only thing I think of is family. Like, that's the only reason that would keep me anywhere. And that didn't keep me where I was. So even that probably wouldn't. I was like, if it snowed enough, I'd probably bail on almost anybody. Weather raisins plump up when it rains. Yep. And then you can tell when it's frozen when it's hard, and it hurts when you throw it at people. That was hubby saying yes. I have a picture of me standing sock-footed in the snow on Sonora Pass in July, 9,000 foot elevation. Oh my goodness. Well, that's expected. When it's like 9,000 feet, you're going to get snow all the time. I've just started my peppers. My peppers some of them are doing great. The second batch I started, like only like 2 of them have sprouted. Peppers take freaking forever. Next year, I am going to try like there's some trick, like you soak it in something. I want to say it's hydrogen peroxide. It's probably like a mixture of water and peroxide, and I'm going to do that next year because these peppers suck. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just spray it with hydrogen peroxide and see if they start to sprout. We have a large house and have one weather radio on each end of the house to wake everyone up if there's a storm at night. They're great. Just change the settings to remove the silver alerts. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about a weather radio, but we're going to get one because we live so remote, we would never hear any kind of tornado siren. And I don't know if a tornado would wake us up, but I'm quite confident my husband will be awake through the whole storm. He's a night owl, so I usually go to bed early, wake up early. He goes to bed late, wakes up late. We have very, very different schedules. So he will, which I like on storm nights because that means he's going to be awake and he's going to hear if anything happens. Get a crack radio too for when the power is out. What the heck is a crack radio? Crank. Oh, crank radio. That makes more sense. I was like, what's a crack radio? Hear when the local crack person's coming towards your house or something. You and I are in the same growing times. Our last frost is mid-April. I'm hesitant to plant tomatoes and peppers. Yeah, I won't plant them until it gets like consistently warm, especially the peppers. Usually stunt their growth if you plant them too early. Like, it's got to not frost for you to plant the peppers and the tomatoes. Like, it's got to be warm. I need to start my peppers for my son. He'd have them done already. We have snow up in the mountains, but haven't gotten into the valley. The snow looks great right where it is. Exactly. Well, if a tornado comes anywhere near you, you will know it's worse than standing right next to a train. That's what I've heard. It sounds like a freight train. You don't get an alert on your phone. Don't you get alerts on your phone? No. We live in the country too far from sirens. Ditto. You will not sleep through a tornado. That's reassuring. Weather radios are awesome. I've had one the entire time I've lived in Missouri. Yeah. I texted him, so he'll remember that we need to get one because I won't remember. Sorry, it's one of my random alarms that go off all the time. But yeah, we need to get one. I bought my son a weather radio because he lives in Oregon and deals with wildfires in the summer. You would get alerts for wildfire on a weather radio? Weather app on the phone. I have a weather app, but it doesn't mean I don't know that it would alert me if there was a tornado like right close to me. I guess maybe there hasn't been one close enough to get an alert, but I've never had an alert. Like one that's like specific, like there's a tornado in your area. I don't know if it would do that. When you get your weather on TV should have where you get your weather on TV should have a phone app. I don't have a TV. I'll sleep through a tornado if it leaves my bed. Yeah, I don't know if I would. I'm a very deep sleeper. My husband's a very light sleeper. Like, for me, it takes forever to fall asleep. I have really bad insomnia, but once I'm out, like, I'm out. Like, but my husband's the opposite. He falls asleep very easily, but he is easily woken up, like, very easily. Like, you open the door and he wakes up, which is nice also. You know, if we had an intruder or something like that, he would likely wake up and pounce. So, of course, if a tornado wakes you, it's probably too late to head out to the shelter. Cower in the bathtub, usually safest place in the house. Yep, I've thought about that. Also can get the NOAA weather radio station on a ham radio. Leave it tuned in. Very useful to have anyway if you're remote. I don't have a ham radio. I thought you had to have a license for that. I get weather emergency A. Closest TV channel to your house has app. Y'all have no idea how remote we live. There's nothing out here. There's nothing. And I don't know what any channels are because we don't have TV. So you will not sleep through a 70 plus mile an hour winds. You'd be surprised. I mean, it can get up to 70. I mean, tornadoes, they're like 150 mile an hour winds. I can sleep through 70 mile an hour winds. I've done it many times. You don't realize what wind is. Like when you're in Washington, like you are like, oh my gosh, there's going to be gusts of 50 miles an hour. And I'm like, here, it's like, it's sustained winds of 50 miles an hour. Like you get gusts up to like 80. I haven't seen snow in over 12 years. Never been close to a tornado either. Had a few hurricane warnings. Yep. License only required for ham transmitting call letters are whoopsie. My call letters are whoopsie. I slept through one once. I woke up remembering why am I hearing a train? Then went right back to sleep. Thank God it did not hit me. Tore up my neighborhood. Oh, you got so lucky. See, I feel like I would do that. I'd be like, was there a train? Why do I hear that? I feel like I would do that. Almost assuredly. I'm a very deep sleeper. So it's good and bad. Because, like, for how difficult it is for me to fall asleep, it's nice that it's hard to wake up. In the morning, too. It drives my husband crazy. We have an agreement. I'm only allowed to set one alarm. And if I don't wake up, it's my problem. Because I usually used to set a bunch. And it would, like, if I set more than one, the second alarm, he would be unable to fall back asleep, no matter what. So he's like, will you please just set one alarm? And I'm like, fine. But then I almost never wake up. Such is life. I slept through a tornado when I lived with my mom. Didn't damage our house, but was on our street. That's scary stuff. That is so scary. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah. So I think I am going to bounce here because I got stuff to do. It's tax season. We had a drench of 120 miles an hour. It was horrendously loud. Yeah, it's loud. It's very loud, but if I'm asleep, I'll sleep through it. If I'm tired enough, I'll fall asleep through it too. Thank God you have Robert to get you up for weather emergency. Could not agree with you more. So you guys stay tuned. I got my kombucha, how-to kombucha video is coming out tomorrow. 9 o'clock Central Time. I've changed my video time. I was doing 8 o'clock. I've decided to do 9 o'clock because the videos kind of get a slow start. So I think people just aren't interested until 9 o'clock. So I'm moving my time. We'll see how it goes. But yes, hope you guys enjoy your evening. Everybody stay safe. I know there's a lot of people here in weather warning zones currently. So I hope you guys have an amazing evening and stay safe. Peace out, sauerkraut.